Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Munira binti Mat Asri, matric number 262846. Today I would like to present about the process leadership theory charismatic. In the theories charismatic, I present two theories which is according to Max Weber and Robert J. House. We go the first, Max Weber theory. Max Weber idea of charisma was value-free and more about the appearance of charisma rather than making specific value judgment. Charismatic leaders are more severe-like and people follow them as they are perceived to put things right. Charismatic leadership relies on three components in Max Weber theory. The firstly, psychological dimension, which refer to the inner equality for the leader. Weber thought about the trait being a gift of the leader, claiming it could be either a divine trait or specific physical or mental state of being. The secondly is social aspect. Charismatic leadership might not stem purely out of one inner being, but have a social source. This could be the cultural influence of society, family, work, or even education. Charisma essentially takes on a traditional form and legitimates its source. The impersonal nature of charisma implies that it can be taught. The lastly, relational dimension. A relational dimension between the leader and the subordinate. According to Weber, charisma in the effectual relationship between leader and followers developing as the historical product of the interaction between person and situation. A leader has to prove his or her worth and the charisma in order to continue to enjoy legitimacy. Interestingly, Weber's charismatic leader carried its own demise, and the legitimate authority of a charismatic leader was something he didn't think could last. The second theory is Robert J. House. Robert's main argument was the charismatic leadership is rooted in personal and behavioral characteristics in the leader, which these qualities can inspire subordinates through appropriate articulation of the organizational vision. To communicate the vision to subordinates, charismatic leaders need to showcase high level of self-confidence, dominance, influence, and strong conviction. Furthermore, certain situational and organization factors can help boost the leader's appearance. The main takeaway from House theory is the charismatic leader should not be defined solely in terms of the effect it has on followers. Instead, House look more toward the behavior and the situational factor that influence the effectiveness of charismatic leader. The core element of charismatic leader. We have the core element, which is one, the organization and situational assumption. Second, behavioral assumption. Organizational and situational assumption. The leader requires a strong good articulation. A charismatic leadership theory requires the use of motive arousal, and charismatic leadership requires specific situational determinant. Secondly, behavioral assumption. Behavioral assumption must support role modeling behavior. Essentially, this means charismatic leadership wants subordinate to adopt the behavior of the leader, required to prove their power to the subordinate. While accomplishments are generally too easier way to do this, the idea of appearance will also help charismatic leader. Lastly, how to become a charismatic leader. Firstly, regularly assessment your vision and the environment for achieving it. It must understand the different part making the vision and reality. Formulate vision and framework for achieving its vision. Secondly, improve your ability to communicate this vision. Be able to articulate your vision to the subordinate and stakeholder in a clear and concise manner. For subordinate to buy into your vision, you need to find what motivates them to perform the required task. Notice that in an organization, different people might find different motives appealing. And lastly, your language must be persuasive. Secondly, creating a trustworthy and committed environment. Charismatic leadership should focus on building relationships that are based on trust. This can lead to the creation of a committed environment where subordinates are inspired to work hard toward the goal. Charismatic leadership should be able to ensure the vision you have set out is viable. Charismatic leadership also must be willing to take risks, and you need to showcase high level of expertise. The lastly is achieving the objective. Charismatic leader include role model and empowering your subordinate with motivation arousal. Charismatic leadership provide the idea and tool to lead people. It also understand the differences in the situation. Charismatic leadership achieving the vision is the key, not following a rigid set of rules in order to get there. Alright, that's all from me. Thank you.